And here we are back to the kitchen. Today we're gonna do homemade pizza from scratch. The dough and the topping. And the topping gonna be chicken and corn. Sounds very simple, sounds very different, but gonna taste fantastic. So let's do it together. So I will start with the dough. Simple dough. White flour, all-purpose, sugar, salt, warm water, yeast, olive oil. Mix in the proper specification of quantities. And I will do this in my mixer. Very simple. I'm a very lazy man, and my mixer can do a lot of work for me, and I make sure he works hard. So let's do this thing, and let's separate the ingredients, put together, and continue the process. In this recipe, we're gonna use 2 cups of flour, 7 grams of dry yeast, 1.5 teaspoon of sugar, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 170 milliliters of warm water, not really hot, just warm, 3 tablespoons of olive oil. We're gonna mix all together till get elastic enough to handle. Not so wet, just elastic enough. If it is not elastic enough, just add a little bit more flour. Okay, we are almost there. So my mixer did most of the job now. All I need to do is take this mix out and get the final touch before let it rest for a few hours before we continue to assemble the pizza. So here we have looking good. Let mix a little bit until get out of my hand. Let's cover with plastic film and let it rest and allow the yeast to work its magic for a few hours. Very good. So my recipe today is for 1 pizza, and this is gonna feed basically 2 persons, maybe 4, depending of how much each one eat, and it's more than enough this quantity of dough that I just prepare. Okay. And here, let this thing rest for a few hours so we can continue with the preparation of the toppings, and this is gonna be the next take in this movie. Beautiful. Look beautiful, look nice. So this thing goes to the refrigerator and let it rest for a few hours. Doesn't hurt. If it's 3 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours, I think the result is the same. So let's go for the next now, which is the preparation for the chicken. Very simple. We're gonna pressure cook the chicken for about 20 minutes so we can cool down the meat and then hand pull out the meat for the topping. So So this is the first step for the chicken. Very good. So here we have the chicken, and I will let it cool before shred with the hands, and then I will braise with some seasoning and garlic and onion, and that will be part of the topping. And then I will prepare the corn, which will be the second part of the topping. And all this will be ready to assemble the pizza later when we have the rest of the time completed. Good, so let's follow step by step. Good, now it's cold enough. I can pull off the meat, separate the bones and the cartilage, so I have a pure meat for the topping. Prepare a little bit of onion and garlic, diced onion and garlic, as to prepare up to taste. Put oil in the pan, let it heat, and then start with the garlic, get a little brown, put the onion, finish the brown, the onion and the garlic, add the chicken, add some day-to-day seasoning, and then salt and pepper up to taste, and let it cook a little bit and separate aside for the pizza assemble later on. Voila! The chicken is ready. Smells good, and I'm gonna tell you, tastes so good. I wish the video can show. Chicken is ready. Let's go for the corn. I have true corn on the cob, which I cut it off, and then I add garlic and bacon. This is gonna give a special taste to the corn. So I do a similar process with oil and fry the bacon with the garlic, and then I add the corn, a little bit of seasoning, let it cook a little bit together, and separate aside to be used later. Voila! The corn is ready. It smells so good and tastes fantastic. The two toppings are ready, and now I can go for the tomato sauce. The tomato sauce is very simple. Tomato, a bunch of basil, and I blender everything together with a little bit seasoning and olive oil. After that, I take to the hot pan to braise a little bit together and not burn, so we are ready to use into the pizza. Voila! Tomato sauce is ready. Tastes fantastic and it smells even better. We are ready to assemble the pizza. First, let's preheat the oven at 450 Fahrenheit to bake properly. Now I can take the dough out of the refrigerator after a few hours and work with it to make the pizza. I open the dough on top of semolina flour. The reason is that give us a little crispiness when we bake this thing in the oven. And I pre-bake the dough before assemble everything else. As you notice, all my toppings are already pre-cooked, so we don't need much time to finish the pizza. But we like very crispy and well done dough. Therefore, we pre-bake the dough And then we assemble the pizza and bake everything together to finalize. See this? Looks so professional. I am doing fantastic, don't you think so? This recipe is good enough for a 14 inches pizza. Not so thick, not so thin, but well done. I normally pre-bake the dough for 6 minutes at 450 Fahrenheit. Voila! Pizza is pre-baked. Now we can finalize the pizza completely. Starting with the tomato sauce, then with the cheese, and then the chicken, and then the corn with bacon. And I separate the pizza in two sides, more bacon and less bacon, because here we like in different ways. A little touch of basil on top. The pizza will bake for 6 minutes, max. Voila, ready to bake. I normally bake the pizza in my preheated ceramic tray, which has been preheated with the oven. Oh my God, it smells so good and look fantastic. I normally put additional olive oil on top before serve. Another advantage to bake on the ceramic tray is that it's very easy to cut when it's ready to serve. Voila! A perfect pizza for a perfect night. Let's eat! I hope you enjoyed the video. Share with your family and friends. Subscribe and give me a like. I really appreciate your attention. Hope to see you here again.